There are five events in Wells of Lurue. This one here, this farm, is the first one we'll do. Then we'll go visit Ujuk, the grandsire of Kuara, who's the hill tribe. In this corner is the Wells of Lurue proper, and in this corner is just a fight, and there's another random side event here. But let's go to the farm first. And apparently this farmer knows Gan. And you can ask sort of an off-color joke about whether stable is a metaphor. And I already have 100 influence with Gan, but, you know, just little banter for good old time's sake. And apparently his daughter is having problems, as in she's pretty crazy. And we'll go take a look. Love's Sweet Torment. Anya here inside is our tormented person. And apparently Gan has been coming to her in her dreams. Or so she thinks. Is there another Gan? Apparently she also has some skill with whatever this dreaming thing is. Okay, and more or less he says, just wait until she goes to sleep, and we will then go haunt her dreams and figure out what's going on. I think she's walking over to the bed now. I mean, it is almost nighttime. She's just walking in circles. I'm just gonna wait off screen while we try and find a time when she's asleep. I don't know, maybe the stable metaphor was right, because like a horse, she sleeps standing up. And so we'll do some dream haunting. At least it's not one of those, you know, falling dreams. Those could be pretty awkward, actually. I guess I could theoretically, I don't know, summon a flying creature or something to ride on if I were falling, but nah, it's been done. It wasn't very plausible when it was done, but hey, at least she got out of marrying that guy. Anyway. And there's Sir Ganayev here. And there's Gan. And you can say we're here to help her, but she's not really being very cooperative. And we can have a fight about which Gan loves you more. And, you know, again, I'm gaining influence with Gan that I don't need. But anyway, Gan is a much better poet than Sir Ganayev. And we're done. Sort of a boring side area. And there's a bit of a conversation here, and it sounds like that whole dreamer's eye thing she has as well. And she says, you know, talk to her father. Okay. Alright, and we can throw around a little more diplomacy. And more or less you're being polite, and Gan's like, what did I do? I didn't do that. Anyway. And since we completed the quest sort of the right way. We get both this helmet, which, if I remember right, is bad, and this shield, which is bonus to bluff skill. I'm not using bluff very much. This Ice Troll helmet gives 15 bonus hit points, and it also completes the Bone Dancer's ring. Bone Dancer's gives piercing and slashing resistance. Ice Troll helmet gives bludgeoning resistance. I'm not going to wear it. I'd rather have the Mind Spell immunity from my Golden Circlet, but it's not a bad item. Up the path here, we run into Koara again, and she asks us to follow. And the game autosaves, which is never a good sign. And I'm actually just going to cast my usual combat buffs. I've changed a few of them now that I have a few more levels in Spirit Shaman. I've replaced Bark Skin with Tortoise Shell and Stone Skin with Premonition. I could have cast Premonition using Shades, but I'm going to leave it as just the spell itself, because I'd rather have the 9th level Wizard spell than the 8th level Druid spell. And gonna betray some forethought here and cast Foundation of Stone. And Yan says something. Literally, that's what he says. Something. Something's not quite right with this guy. And he says he doesn't remember exactly. And Ujuk says, Spirit Eater joins Hill Tribe for a feast, and Spirit Eater has brought an Ursine ally. Yeah, what did he mean by Ursine ally? Yeah, Ursine just means bear. And apparently Oku knows this guy. And these are more of these, what are they called? Uthraki. We killed some of them at the city, and apparently these are the reason why Korra was referring to this as the gift is because that's what these people call it. And Koara is one too, and apparently she has a nice red haircut. I gained a level. Sort of an awkward time to do it. There are a couple of them up here, and there are a couple of them down there. Ujuk himself is kind of a fighter. Some of them have some spell casting. I'm just going to open up with the big gun, just to do some, get some things out of the way. That was Ujuk's second wife I just blew away with Vampiric. He didn't die, but he'll be dying shortly. Unfortunately, she's trying to hit me with Ice Storm, which, maybe not such a wise idea. And there goes Ujuk. And let's go continue pummeling second wife with, or sorry, that's first wife, with Missile Storms. And we're kind of too crowded to really make good use of Missile Storms, so I'm going to switch over to using... I forgot that spell's called. Firestorm. Which is essentially a big version of Call Lightning. She's still trying to kill me with Ice Storm. They never learn. Now, if you hadn't devoured, or if you had devoured Oku, Ujuk would have taught you, and you were evil. which neither of which is true for this character. Oh, I guess that wore off. You would be able to learn Devour Soul here, which lets you, essentially expands the targets you can hit with Devour Spirit. Interestingly, you can have Ujuk teach it to you and then promptly eat him. Devour Soul is needed for a lot of the sort of unusual crafting that you can do with the Spirit Eater feats. None of it's important, though. As I mentioned, the Eyes of the Coven, that mask, is one example of one of the things you could have picked up. Oh, I guess we're not done yet. Where was she? I guess she was hiding. Well, there's just the one of her. And now that we've killed them, we have an ethical conundrum. What do we do with the kids? Kalen recommends against it. Gan more or less says, well, they're not evil now, but they will be because, you know, these are not, these are violent creatures. And we should, more or less, Gan wants you to kill them, Kalen does not. And, you know, there's a variety of options, and I'm going to choose I fought the adults in self-defense, I'm not a murderer, and it doesn't actually give you influence with anyone. You can actually irritate Kalen by killing them. I gained the level off screen. It doesn't actually get me anything. It gets me a couple more castings of a couple Spirit Shaman spells when and if I rest. I'm not actually going to rest yet. I didn't use up that many spells in that fight. There are, well, here are some Elder Earth Elementals, and they're really kind of boring. I'm just going to I mean, they try to knock you down, but other than that, they're pretty boring. They're pretty typical. So I'm going to kill them off screen, and we'll start up next time, exploring the rest of the world, Wells of Lurue.